Rolling. 5-0.
This isn't The Wire. Although it's getting as edgy as The Wire.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi. Welcome to our first video.
Yeah, first video ever.
Yeah, we'll introduce ourselves without any further ado. So I'm Ollie.
And I'm Nana.
And I guess what we're hoping to achieve with this channel, going forward, is a combination of things really. We're looking to go on a bit of a journey and explore our love of the outdoors and nature, and our burgeoning obsession with hiking and maybe a bit of bushcraft thrown in there.
Yeah.
With our skill sets in well-being and mental health.
Indeed.
So
we both work in mental health services in the UK. So that's secondary care mental health services. I work as a... Hello, Jasmine. I work as a specialist pharmacist. A lot of my work is around speaking to people about the challenges they're facing and how to cope with adding medication, but usually removing medication, and really how to try and feel whole again. And maybe a bit about what you do, and then we'll try to tie it together.
So I'm an occupational therapist by training, and generally we work in physical or mental health, various roles, and it's all about feeling well and whole again through occupation, the things we do, not just work but also everyday activities. Can be as something as simple as making a cup of tea, or as complex as snowboarding, for example. I work in mental health. I work in a community mental health team as a lead practitioner. So I look after people who are suffering from a variety of mental health conditions and support them on their journey to recovery.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I think it does.
Cool. But as we go forward, we'll talk more about what it is we do and kind of some of the learning we have behind it all and things we can offer.
Yeah. So this was really, this came about over a chat one morning before work with coffee, always coffee.
Yeah.
It's how the best things really happen for us.
Although this is tea.
This is tea, yeah. I've got ginger herbal tea.
Yeah, very English. And I've got yogi tea, choco chili. This video is not sponsored by choco chili yogi tea, but yogi tea if you're watching. You can sponsor me. And
mine is pucker tea.
Oh, TM. Other teas are available.
Indeed. Right. So we were saying that it was about working in mental health and well-being and nature, and how we have a lot of these conversations, how we feel that people, certainly where we live, a lot of the people kind of in our society that we are part of are sadly disconnected from nature, and it's happening more and more. So we live in the middle of the town. We've just moved to the town from a city, and we live 5 minutes from the South Downs, which is really amazing. But actually that still feels not quite enough sometimes, and when you're working 5 days a week, 9 to 5, it's really difficult to fit all that nature in and kind of inviting it in. But even it feels like the smallest amount of nature invited in really stays kind of with me. It stays with me, and I carry it forward into the next bit of nature that I can invite in.
Yeah.
So that's really nice to acknowledge and to welcome.
Yeah, definitely. Just that very basic sense that if you've spent too long indoors, and then you go outside, you go for a walk, you see some animals, you kind of breathe some fresh air, see some landscapes, you just generally feel quite rejuvenated. And there's a lot of reasons behind that, and we'll talk more about that as we go forward, maybe some of the ideas behind it, things we've been inspired by on this journey. So really, what we're on a bit of a journey in that sense as well.
Yeah.
I kind of mentioned this idea of hiking and bushcraft earlier on.
Should we say what through hiking is?
Yeah, I was building up to that.
So we go.
No, go for it. Yeah, do interrupt me. Go on. Big rambles.
So the way I understand it is through hiking is a really long hike.
Yeah.
So it's certainly not a day hike. So maybe it's a week hike or a month hike or a 6-month hike.
Yeah.
So it's
travelling a distance. Without having a permanent base. Basically, you carry everything with you. Your tent, if you're having a tent or a tarp or
bivvy bag
or anything you need to survive, basically out in the wilds. And yeah, you go on a big journey and you carry everything and you try not to die.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, so we're beginner hikers.
We are very beginner
We've
hikers.
done lots of day hiking and we're about to go on a trip and do some more of that.
In 5 days' time, we're so excited.
Yeah, to the Cairngorms in Scotland. So we're keen kind of amateur hikers, I guess, and we're learning a lot. And we wanted to take you guys on that journey. To learn more about hiking and about the gear we use, about the skills we need.
But we're going to learn.
Exactly, yeah. We're going to learn on the fly and hopefully show you some of that hilarity as we get things wrong sometimes.
Yeah, very wrong probably.
That'll be very entertaining.
But not too wrong.
No, not too wrong. Safely wrong. Yeah. We say now.
And also, one of the other things we wanted to do is invite in the agony aunt aspect.
So the side of things where you watch us learn, fair enough, and we have some nice kind of videos and ideas to take of the journeys we're going on, the physical journeys.
Yeah.
But also to kind of
and the non-physical journeys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the spiritual journeys.
Yeah.
But to give something back with that as well, with our skill set in mental health, in the knowledge bases from our learning and our work, to kind of offer something. And we know that there's many people out there seeking help, not sure how to access it, not sure what it looks like. Sometimes no one to talk to as well. The internet is a scary place. It can tell you a lot of things. It can be very loving, but it can also be very mean. As I'm sure we'll discover with the YouTube comment section.
Sure, yeah. Be kind.
Yeah. But yeah, to kind of offer our services, I suppose, in terms of almost like an agony aunt service. If you guys have got dilemmas or questions or concerns about your mental health, someone else's mental health,
your well-being,
if
that
you're
looks
feeling
like.
or if you're feeling a bit lost in life and need some more direction to go in, or some ideas or pointers.
Or you're looking for a change and you don't know how to quite get there, or what a change looks like. Or I'm also happy to take medication questions. Any medication questions, but more specifically mental health medication questions, which is where my strength lies. So I've done 5 years undergraduate pharmacy training, plus 2 years postgraduate pharmacy training, plus 6 years specialist mental health expertise on the job, both in a mental health acute hospital setting and in community teams. So we're quite experienced, certainly regionally, nationally, and it's about, like I always say to colleagues and my clients, it's not about having medication and that's what's going to solve it all, because it so isn't. It's kind of that, having that as a tool for however long it's needed, and inviting the rest in. So whether that's having a cup of tea by the fire, with a cat, or going on a half an hour walk, or doing a 5-minute meditation, or having a cup of coffee with a friend, or actually just having a bath, or
and some
whatever
of those
it is.
and some of those things are part of my job really as a therapist, to kind of try and align those parts of a person's life again, and that's some of the work I do with my clients. Just work through those things and guide them towards feeling a bit better. So yeah, I think that's what we're trying to achieve with this channel, isn't it?
And it's important for us so it's fun also. That's one thing that we said, we wanted
exactly.
it to be fun.
It can be, sometimes it'll be serious, but other times it'll be fun as well. Because we're looking for a bit of lightness in our life as well. So yeah, hope you can join us on it. And if you've got any ideas, suggestions, bung them in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe, as they say.
Please do like and subscribe. And
and if, as we say, if you've got any questions, also drop us a comment or send us a message, and we'll feature you in another video.
We will. So I think it's until next time. Goodbye from us.
Goodbye. And goodbye from Jasmine.
Bye, Jasmine. She's we met her another time.
Yeah. Who is Jasmine? I think she went to walk by earlier, didn't she?
She did, yeah. Cool. Alright. So we'll just enjoy the fire.
Yeah.
Jasmine. Give her a little stroke.
That's Jasmine at the top of her tower.